Hey, my confident moms. Welcome back to the channel where we talk all things motherhood, confidence, and raising emotionally strong kids. Today, we're diving into one of the most powerful foundations of parenting: how to build a healthy, secure attachment with your child. Now, before we get started, I want to make something really clear. Secure attachment does not mean being a perfect mom. None of us are perfect. It means being a consistent, loving presence that your child can rely on. And the good news is, it's built in everyday moments, not big grand gestures. So let's get into the 4 effective ways you can start building a secure attachment today. One of the biggest ways we create security for our kids is by being emotionally available. That doesn't mean being glued to them 24/7. What it really means is, when your child needs you, you show up in a way that makes them feel seen and heard. Think about those moments when your child is excited to tell you about something they built, or when they're sad after school. If you can pause, set down your phone, look into their eyes, and really listen, that's emotional availability. It's the simple but powerful message of, I'm here. You matter. And you don't have to be perfect with this. Even if you've had a busy day, just a few minutes of full undistracted presence can make a huge difference in how safe and valued your child feels. Those moments build trust, and trust is the foundation of secure attachment. The second way is practicing responsive parenting. Now, this is all about noticing your child's needs and responding in a way that shows you care. It's not about giving in to every request or fixing every problem. Sometimes it's simply about acknowledging their feelings. For example, if your child is having a meltdown because their toy broke, instead of brushing it off with "it's not a big deal," you might say, I can see you're really upset that it broke. That must feel frustrating. That little shift tells your child, my feelings matter. I am understood. When kids know they can come to you and be accepted, even when their emotions are big and messy, they learn that the world is safe, that people can be trusted, and that they don't have to hide who they are. This builds resilience and confidence, because instead of fearing emotions, they learn how to navigate them with your support. The third way to build secure attachment is by setting healthy boundaries with love. Now, I know boundaries can sometimes feel like the tough part of parenting. But here's the truth. Kids actually feel safer when they know there are limits. Boundaries tell them, the world is predictable. I am cared for. Think of it like this, you're the safe walls of their playground. Without those walls, they feel unsure and anxious. With them, they feel free to explore. For example, let's say it's bedtime and your child wants to keep playing. Instead of snapping, you might say, I know you want to play longer, but now it's time for rest. How about we read a story together before sleep? You're still firm, you're holding the boundary, but you're also warm and connected. That combination of structure and love helps children develop self-control, confidence, and trust in you as their guide. And finally, number 4, create quality time and connection rituals. Connection rituals are those small, predictable moments of togetherness that mean the world to your child. They don't have to be fancy or time-consuming. In fact, the simpler and more consistent, the better. Maybe it's 10 minutes of snuggle time before bed. Maybe it's a special handshake when they come home from school. Or maybe it's a family walk on Sundays. These rituals build a rhythm of closeness that your child can count on. They know, no matter what, I will always have this moment with my mom. And it's those repeated, everyday moments that create a deep emotional bond and lasting memories. It's not about doing everything. It's about choosing a few small rituals and sticking with them. So, let's recap the 4 effective ways to build a secure attachment with your child. Be emotionally available. Practice responsive parenting. Set healthy boundaries with love. Create consistent connection rituals. Remember, secure attachment isn't about perfection, it's about showing up with love, consistency, and care in the everyday moments. If this video encouraged you, give it a like and share it with another mom who could use these reminders. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's one small ritual or boundary that has helped strengthen your bond with your child? Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss next week's video on parenting without guilt. Until then, keep growing, stay connected, and remember, you've got this.